gone away. It will be back now. Here we go. I've not played this before. I do live on the internet, so of course I know a million thousand memes about it, but that's about it. And I better get ready to read. Hey! I see. The annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's so oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is, oh god, if we're going to butcher some people's names. Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, which kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this. Starting around high school, we would oversleep and more frequently. We would oversleep more and more frequently and I would get tired of waiting up. If she's going to chase after me like this, I'll almost feel better off running away. However, I just saw an owl in front of the crosswork and let Sayori catch up to me. Which is kind of a prick and now we don't walk our friend to school that we claimed was our friend. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. We are nice guys, what they're trying to say. Third, like you were thinking about ignoring me. Probably were. That's mean, Alex. Can't argue. Well, people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. That's a dick, dude. At least you have a girlfriend there. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you didn't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Sure, don't know what that note is supposed to be. Across the street together make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. We couldn't have overslept that badly if you're meeting a lot of other people along the way, because then surely it just means that everyone overslept, or that I just like to be super early for school for some reason. By the way, Alex, have you decided a club to join yet? A club? Guessing you're joining Literature Club. Foreshadowing. I told you already I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. Sounds like work is me, so I'm not exactly going to dispute that. That's not true. I told you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. One of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. I am a sparkling human. Sarah likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. Also about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. That sounds like the standard student's experience. Happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I thought of you becoming... That one's a my bad. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll get a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Look at me being nice. Yay! Why'd I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. Ripping out the relent, eh? I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to eat her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Dory wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Okay, should we just end up in Literature Club at some point? I mean, if we don't even go to Literature, I'm going to be Literature Club, I'm going to be very, very annoyed. Because then that foreshadowing is shit and they just wasted the title of the game. It'll go Doki Doki Anime Club. Hello? Sayori? We must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. Doesn't sound like me, I disagree heavily. I just thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. It needs to be impressive, I'll take that. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know, No what? Well, you could come to my club.
Does she run literature club?
Sayori? Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Yeah, meanie. I love like the inverted thumb finger. Like the above average height thumb finger. Sayori's vice president of the literature club, so this is where we found literature. I was an English major, I kind of like literature. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Valid reasoning, I feel like. And she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club. She inherited the title vice president. That's one way to become vice president, just pitch up. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. I'm going to butcher so many of these names, you're just going to have to forgive the fact that I can't pronounce them. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell Sayori is really that much of an airhead if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. Second option, bitch looks like she knows what she's doing. I let her alongside. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I think I would have sold my soul for a lot less. If they're chocolate cupcakes, I'm definitely okay with it. If they're like those stupid bullshit red velvet or like fucking carrot cake cupcakes, then I'm out, eh? Like, I'm sorry, but no. Cake does not deserve to be made from fucking vegetable. That's not okay. People should not be okay with that. I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third year classes and activities. Very full of energy, speaks open the classroom door. How old am I that I'm like not part of the third year? Okay, music. We found you again. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Oh. Supposed to be a member for her. Sold my soul for a bit more of a cupcake. Welcome to Literature Club, it's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Still purple hair. Way to kill the atmosphere. Oh, Alex, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. Purple hair. Purple hair. All words escaping the situation. This club is filled with incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? Pick in the purple hair. With the purple hair, sorry. If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki? The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes according to Sayori. Yeah, where the fuck these damn cupcakes at, friend? Just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. Always seems to be a bit of a bitch as well. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the class. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Oh well, it's nice to meet the both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Alex. I'm guessing we have classes together? Monica smiles sweetly. Ooh. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Insanely long hair that, like, I don't know, she can pull a Rapunzel with. Basically, completely out of my league. Don't disagree. Having a smile like me generally feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Alex. Made room at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. After what, I want to sit next to Sayori. Yeah, there's no way to make that faster. I was kind of hoping there was like instant. The text wouldn't actually have to scroll, would just load. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them, I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Oh, we got tea and cupcakes up in this bitch. This is a great club. I've never used a club where I got tea and cupcakes. And we have some gold. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. As Suki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the classroom where when Suki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. The chest? I've been playing way too many RPGs that my mind just goes to opens the chest. Still feeling awkward to take a seat next to Sayori. Atsuki proudly marches back to table tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! That noise? Atsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cat. You ever got cat cupcakes? I'm a bit disappointed that they're not chocolate, but we can settle for vanilla. The whiskers are drawn with icing and the little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. That's so cute! I had no idea I was so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know, not really. Just hurry and take one. Yuri grabs him first, then Monica. I'll follow. It's delicious. Yuri talks with a mouthful and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them or anything? I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe. But not for you, you know, you dummy. Yeah, hostility? Sure. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. We carefully place a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Nah, I hate tea. Tea's bullshit. Maybe just ranting today about things that are bullshit. Cheesecake? Carrot cake? Cereal? Tea? Or bullshit? Just so you guys know, those are my 4 bullshits in the world, along with many, many other things, because I'm very picky and full of shit. So we'll go with those are the big bullshits. First of all, vegetables don't belong in cake. Cheese doesn't belong in cake, it belongs in bread. And no, that doesn't count, that it's kind of hybrid bullshit. Then why don't you just eat a fucking sandwich? Tea's just very badly flavored anything that doesn't really taste like much. Throw a fucking bunch of leaves in a pot and like let it heat up for a little bit, like, oh look, there's tea. It kind of tastes like something. No, you're just wrong. It is watered down, doesn't have a proper flavor. Like, if you want to drink something with flavor, just drink a cold drink like a proper adult. Stop being a little bitch. And cereal? Nah, cereal's just nonsense. You have like 3 bites and you're just still hungry, and then cereal just no. Eat real food. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's trying to impress you. That's not. Why does everyone... Chat, could this be real life? Where everyone apparently wants to try and impress us? Or could it replace real life where all the pretty ladies want to actually impress us? Salted Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. He's bullshit. Very faintly smiles herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... They got peer pressure into being here. I wonder if next, after the cupcakes and tea, we're going to whip out the cigarettes and drugs. Got nice club peer pressure. That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Since you ain't the president, yo. Weren't you leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather... Hey, what's up, Jennycroft? Thank you so much for the raid and thank you so much for the follow. It's really, really appreciated.
It's morphin' time!
How are you doing today? Just grab you. Quick shout out there if my command works. There we go. Thank you so much for the raid. What were you playing today? How did your stream go? And to all the raiders, welcome. I'm Alex. We're apparently playing Doki Doki Literature Club because I have one hand currently, so story games it is. I might rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. That's good to hear. What were you streaming today? Oh, Toontown. I have no idea what that is at all, to be brutally honest with you. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in this club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. Then why did we start a club that none of us are part of? You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and... thank you so much for the follow, Hopeful Gamer. I really appreciate it. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. Self-worth has to do with reading books. Life lessons from Monica. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? I'm not convinced I should even be here. I just got dragged by my friend, so... Sure. Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. That sounds actually insane. Do they still have servers up and running for something like that? Because any Disney products, I would assume just like after 3 years, it's like, nah, we're closing this down. Or is it like fan servers that are still running? Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Like this chick's teeth kinda look like little weird vampire fangs. Just saying. Maybe that's why we're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Because you're desperate. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. Alex, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. We just... Manga. Matsu quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Oh, we're not going to be mocked for that? I thought it was going to be like, oh no, we only read real books like Shakespeare and stuff. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? Hey, manga counts as reading. Surely, like, you have to read comics and manga. Surely that counts. I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. Our favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. This is where we're going to go for Lord of the Rings. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them was amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes in clearly passionate about her reading. Neither of like Hopeful Gamer, it's the same thing. Like, I've never played Doki Doki, but kind of being stuck with one hand and like there's very limited games I can actually stream or play compared to what I usually would. And I think the whole world that lives on the internet knows about this game, but most have never played it. So I figured I might as well just dive right in and play the reading book that apparently is Doki Doki. I don't even know if we get to make choices or not. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. Hopefully we can comfort her. We've decided that Yuri is the waifu. That is a decision we've made. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories' deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Like, I have an issue with that. Surely you have to have a pretty good imagination to actually enjoy reading books. Because even though the writer spells everything out for you and like puts you in this entire situation, you still have to kind of imagine it. So if you have a really shitty imagination, you just kind of imagine like the most boring things or like the most simple or plain stories. Like no matter how well they can explain it, if you can't like they can't explain every single detail of a room. So like if they describe a classroom, it's like, oh, it's a boring ass normal classroom, you don't like have anything interesting in there. I don't know. I feel like these are the things my character should be talking about, not me, who's not really there, who's trying to join Literature Club, who hates books. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. Yeah, that one time at band camp, I read a horror book. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having conversation with the rock. Can't disagree. Really cannot disagree, because I feel like that is very, very accurate currently. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. Someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. If a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Can't necessarily disagree, I do love horror as a medium. Not just books, but like games and all of that as well. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? Left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Please Be Like Unicorns and Rainbows or something super corny. Don't say it out loud. And give that back. Fine. Please be unicorns and rainbows. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Feels like she's going to get some solid backlash for that. Very startles up is behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Okay, vampire teeth, calm down. Natsuki, you write your own poems. Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. It is actually fucking impressive. Poetry is damn hard to write. Well, don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Showing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. You have writing experience too, Yuri. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Mitsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Ellipsis? I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Mitsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. I feel like you do need an actual English degree to read this game. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all to get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Alex? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Don't see this going well. Jerry may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Alex, you all? I'm defenders against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right? Seems like I have apparently very low standards. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Yuri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came up for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then again, they weren't carrot cake, so I'm okay with that. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, you can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Alex, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Me too, because I don't expect it to go well. Whatever noise that's supposed to be. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? Are they even mediocre? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Alex, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Yuri and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after class for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! He gets way too excited at walking home together, especially with me. With the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Yuri, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Is this like basically dating sim gone wrong, because at the end everything I know goes to shit? Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess let's start with writing a poem tonight. Well, that's at least a banger. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Tragedy. Skirt. The fuck is skirt supposed to mean? Let's go full like darkness and hope that appeals to waifu Yuri over here. I try to pick cupboard because I'm just very interested in what the fuck that's supposed to mean. Some of these are very fucking dark options. Jesus. Sure, we'll just go full darkness apparently now. Vivacious. Because how often do you ever fucking see that word? Oh, no. Fireflies? Marshmallow. I really shouldn't pick swimsuit. We're going with swimsuit. Philosophy. These words that I'm picking don't even have anything to do with each other. Like, the options don't like at all merge. They're just random shit. Socks. Determination. We just have two items of clothing, so it feels like somewhat more similar. Ambience? I don't even know. Variance. After image? Get some Dragon Ball Z options up in here. There we have to go with melancholy. I don't even know if she's really the sad, like, emo one. I'm just kind of going with it. Horror. She likes horror. I don't know if it's coincidence that when I click they jump up, or it's I'm just timing it like it's just coincidence. I don't know what Doki Doki means, so... Okay, so she seems to be jumping every time I click, so maybe based on the words I do pick, they do have like impact. Wrath. This? Oh, okay, so yeah, it does affect... I'm assuming which one you pick does have to affect which one actually likes your poem, so you can kind of gauge. So Sayori likes depression. Does not bode well. Hi again, Alex. You didn't see to run away on us. Ha 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 ha. Does that mean Monica's like not an option? No, don't worry. This might be a little strange to me, but at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Alex. Hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Not wrong. But also kind of a bitch. Suri told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. If you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth, someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. We found a fellow weeb. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Alex always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. That's me, Mr. Dependable. Dude, that's because your room is messy. It's distracting. Don't necessarily disagree. And you almost set your house on fire once. That sounds like me trying to cook. Is that so? Still don't know what that noise is supposed to be. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Ooh, waifu's getting jealous. On the right track here. How come you and Alex can become good friends too? Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even bought you something today, you know? But wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy, it's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Yuri made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm not Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess it means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. My bad. I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, read it together? Discuss it if you wanted. I would discuss anything with you, Yuri. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read about this. He's definitely winning the waifu war. I enthusiastically take the book. You. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But it doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. At the same time, I feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of the book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I'm under the sensing I made her feel uncomfortable. I just make sure I finish reading the goddamn sentence before I press next. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason, just curious how come you have two copies of the same book. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, and that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. Something very obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. Yuri likes us. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov? There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I try to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her lost... I should have made sure I can actually read before I started playing a game where I just basically have to read. Long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. Hold on. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. A book about positivity, basically, is what she's trying to tell us. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Nah, not really. Not based on everything she's told us that she likes to read stuff like... We should really get our game on point here. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Giggling at the fact that the book is very dark and ominous. Great. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Alex? No, it's not that. I mean, I definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy and they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, They're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So if I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Because this entire conversation hasn't been strange. Only now are we saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. That's... Oh. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. At least I can do is stop bumping my mic with my glasses. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I couldn't retrieve the book that I'd put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I sit to seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. Did English majors write these games? Supposed to be whipping out the big words. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if you end up distracting you or anything. If I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. Open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. No, that's annoying. Like when you're trying to read or like trying to... Okay, let's be honest here. When we say read in the 21st century, we mean sit on our phone in public and look at memes. Or threads on Reddit, because that's what we do now. And someone's kind of like hovering over your shoulder and you can kind of be like, motherfucker, do you mind? I'm trying to read these memes, watch these memes, view these memes. I'm trying to be a consenting member of the meme culture that's been developed, and you are standing over my shoulder and I will stab you. Basically what we're going for. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just gonna get stabbed, bitch. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, Yeah, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Okay. This might seem really sweet and like a cute moment, but I have a big issue with this now. One, and basically I'm pretty sure the only thing I'm going to bitch about, is people read at different rates. How do I know when you're done and how do you know when I'm done? And then we turn the page the wrong time when you're not done, or I'm not done, or you've been waiting 30 seconds while staring at the goddamn ceiling because I'm a weirdo who can't read. Or read really slowly. Just real world dynamics, you know? Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult. Thank you so much for the follow, Artie Mitch, really appreciate it. That makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Yeah. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. The way I turn a page, Yuri slides it. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. She is. We are still in the beginning. I'm assuming she's still in the game. I mean, it's like day 2. She can't already be going missing, I'm guessing. But in holding it like this, we huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. People read at different speeds. How can you read the same book together like you're trying to be a cute little couple in some movie and live happily ever after? 1. Judging by the intro to this game that told me there's a big ass warning, this game isn't going in that direction. 2. I'm just very upset at how they... What happens if someone plays only up until this point, like, oh, that's the sweetest, cutest thing, you have to try to read a fucking book with them as a cute little coupling activity. Nah, I call hardcore bullshit. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Because I'm a tard and I can't read that fast. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? No. I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. See, this is what I mean about it being super annoying to read with someone. And why do we think this is a cute interaction? It's probably the least I can do. Yuri still is waifu though, so I'll forgive her. Since you've been so patient with me, yeah? Thanks. We continue reading. Bruno no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she finishes the page before me so I can turn it by my own volition. Because we are a dumbass. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. I feel like we're getting way ahead of ourselves. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches under her own thumb. Hey Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Isn't this the one where the main character is really naive and like in trouble and trying to run away from people or escape or something like kind of hardcore, dark and ominous? Or is it just because the main character has purple hair and she also has purple hair? You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. Because if she does something wrong, she might die. Anyway, it's not like I can see into your head or anything, but that's kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment, but Alex, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. We just smooth. Smooth. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. This could only go well. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read it a little bit more tonight. News. That was basically her way of telling you, no, she only wants to read together and find another damn book to read tonight. Or just don't read tonight like we've been doing for the past, probably, I don't know, I guess this is high school, so like 16 years? It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. Make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. The Yuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Suri is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. It sounds so weird to say loose leaf when talking about a page. I feel like a loose page torn from a spiral notebook, not a loose leaf. Okay. Then again, I've seen the words they're whipping out, and I'm pretty sure that they are extremely qualified in what they might be saying. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Mitsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I can do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Waifu, obviously. Yuri seems the most experienced, just start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Bit of a banger, I'm not gonna lie. Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Use of imagery and metaphor indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. That's actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. It's because we included swimsuits. I used swimsuits and socks. The two just push her over the edge. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. Goes her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable that I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and their form put the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. From analytical fucking advice here, once Yuri finds a train of thought, as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry, it's fine. I'm sure Fury is apologizing to self to me or to Natsuki. Mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Is she gonna big brain us here? Like, 1000 IQ plays poem here and we wrote about dogs. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? She writes in cursive, chat. That makes her perfect. Like, I still write in cursive because, well, at school we were forced to, so if you're going to be teach someone to write in cursive, don't expect them to then write in cursive the entire school career, and then, or primary school career, then get to high school and be like, yeah, now you can write however you want. Nah, bitch, you made me learn how to write this way and made me write like this the past. How long are you in school for? 4 years, you're going to deal with me writing in cursive for the rest of my goddamn life and then blame my teachers, or the school system, either way. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. Okay, so she's actually going to write real poetry and she's going to be there like, I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Oh shit. I don't know if even if we speed read through that, if that happens or not. I don't know if that's like on a timer or something. or just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Damn straight we do. I had a whole tangent to chat about your handwriting. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. The first time sharing, I want to write something a little more mild. Okay, if that is mild to how to just like death and decay, then I'm very worried. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Hugh. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Alex, really. I must have totally missed the point. I suppose you don't only glance over it after all. Remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and exceptions in their work. They do usually tell more than a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject's poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in a last remaining place of comfort, I'm able to let go of the past, and soon to be left without nothing. It's a lot more solemn putting it that way. You have some deep-seated issues you might want to have a look at, friend. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could possibly learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all of this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Alex. Me too. Monica. Hi, Alex. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Alex. We're all embarrassed today. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But if that's a sort of barrier, then we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Alex. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. I don't know if that's a good reaction or not, if I have to go, oh, while I'm reading a poem. And it means your metaphor sucked. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. Solid strategy though. If everyone expects you to fail, or be shit at something, and you do slightly better than shit, they impressed. Life tips. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Yuri, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. She likes cliffhangers. So she's the Stephen King of poetry. And if you don't know about the Stephen King of poetry, all his books end in him fucking leaving on a cliffhanger and you can decide how they end. And normally you just like everyone died because horror. And it makes it a lot easier. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, while I'm assuming oh shit, my bad, I clicked on my mistake. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little more biased towards their own kinds of styles, Always help you find what suits you the most. Don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. But if I don't write the way everyone else wants to write, how am I going to get my waifu? The real problems we have to deal with. Not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Pretty sure that's the goal. Anyway, do you want me to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. It doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? Fair enough. I see, well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. Isn't it supposed to be hole in the wall? Just saying. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A nosy neighbor, an angry boyfriend, I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late, my retinas. Gotta love bots and spam and chat. And two at once. What a good job we're doing. But it's too late, my retinas. Already scourged the permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright, it was too deep. Fishing forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realized now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. Okay. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. There's a lot of poems putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. I don't know if that's very good advice, but sure. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. Are you writing with a fucking fountain pen or something? Just move your hand and go with the flow. My advice to you is get a ballpoint pen. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. We'll go down the list of people we don't hate. This is a good poem, Alex. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it's impressed me. See guys? Lower the expectation bar. Then when so if you take it from up here and you just bring it all the way down. And this is shit. And if that's what they expect from you, just a little bit higher than that, you're golden. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. Which reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. I was with the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. Not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? Like I said before, Alex, deep down you're not selfish at all, you know? Cool? I don't think anyone really likes to be selfish deep down. That just seems kind of extremely pessimistic, but sure. Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Yuri. Not sure if Yuri sees the full picture of my motive here. But then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? This will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now I'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Hee hee hee. We'll see about that. Music's pretty good at least. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed. You're not just thinking you should get some blackout blinds or curtains that actually cover the entire window, just saying. Making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Hey. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad, I want breakfast. I think we all want breakfast. And it's cereal, because cereal's bullshit. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. Well, you can, it's just technically not a correct answer. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes you feel a little better about yourself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I don't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. You actually want some breakfast. Really? Yeah. That last line. I made eggs and toast. Okay, I'm okay with her having eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thanks for showing me. Hee hee hee. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget, and I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. And we only have Natsuki left. Alex, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. I expect you that you actually put effort into this. You think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about. How come everyone else likes a poem and this bitch is like it's crap? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'll tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. Hey, mine had socks and swimsuits in it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can see. Cheetahs can run, eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. This bitch gives us all the shit about our fucking poem, and she's here writing about eagles can fly. Nah, Natsuki, fuck you. Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. No, we do not, bitch. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. People don't ever take my writing seriously. Because it was a 2-year-old, like, joke thing. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Writing style wouldn't make your messages any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up a rhyme at the end, but then it made me fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. Just what fucking insert animal and what they can do here. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, I won't take that away from her. Damn bitch marks our poem. Even if it was weird, terrible, / I don't even know what happened in it. I don't care. She doesn't win. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. It was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. Even against the fucking animal one? Nah. This is literature club after all. I sigh. Guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange the sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, meanwhile Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Wonder if they're the best of friends. Natsuki dismissively returns the poems to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Completely missed the symbolism or something? I think we all missed the symbolism. Also, is her shirt not buttoned? Yeah, that's where her buttons would be. Her buttons should be on the other side if it's a female shirt. Maybe? I don't know. Either way, I don't know why it looks very unbuttoned, because that's clearly like skin color. It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Yeah. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, do you have a couple of suggestions? If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. So Yuri liked it, and Alex did too. No, I did not. I refuse. That was horseshit. First note, I'd gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Alex liked my poem too, you know. Hers was good. I liked her poem. She also didn't talk shit about us behind our backs, or to our faces actually. She should have rather talked shit behind our back. Vince told me he was impressed by it. I guess that's supposed to be something like confrontational, and we just kind of ended there to take a sip. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh. I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress a new member, Yuri. Okay. That's not what you just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Alex appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ooh, is everything okay? So guys, if they had to have a fight, who are you putting money on? Like Yuri, clearly bigger, has better reach, taller, probably unshot, but I bet you Natsuki's feisty. Like, she's back into the corner, she'd be like a crazy little puppy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one who's... Okay! His boobs magically grew a size big as soon as Alex started showing up. Okay. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned toward me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Alex? He's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate the simple writings more, Effectiveness wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? You just spoke about what animals can do. Meaning should jump out at the reader, not force him to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Alex. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Alex? I have her back. Well... How do I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Nah, Yuri, fuck Natsuki. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand, Yuri. Eh? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when she said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. I thought we took Yuri's side? But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then it wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both did some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized, don't you think you should too? No. Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped to the point being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. No, we do not feel bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Yuri, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki, she really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at the desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Bye. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How can anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Alex, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. I'm pretty sure that's not correct grammar. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. Yuri's the perfect waifu, she would never stuff her bra. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. So it's a perfect waifu until she's just going to make some tea. We respect her up until that point. A good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Better not be for us. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Alex, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too. Your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I noticed myself with newfound determination. Alex, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Yuri beams at me. It truly has been a while since Yuri and I spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Yuri? About what happened earlier, what do you mean? Between Yuri and Natsuki, does that kind of thing happen often? No. It's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I do not believe that at all. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. You. You know, Alex, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in this club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... People do not know what the hell that's actually supposed to be. Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to this kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Okay, before we write our second fucking epic great poem here, I'm going to take a quick 2-second break. I need to desperately get more water because this is a lot of reading. And quickly run to the bathroom. I will see you guys in like 2 minutes. There we back, well. Except for the black screen, there we go, fit. I know what I'm doing. Yeah. So now we're going for our goal here. Got it wrong. Crimson was definitely her. Incongruence has to be her, like, who the hell else would use the word so big? That has to be. We have to go for chocolate, I'm sorry. She's also the vivacious, I'm happy with that. I gotta love whipping out the vivacious. I'm starting to get slightly worried about Sayori here. All the super dark, like, sad, depressing things she seems to get super excited about, which is really scary. Might be fucking this one up, chat. Oh, she likes ambient. Entropy? Okay, cool. Suicide is our goal on the end here, almost guaranteed. Fireflies? Ah, okay, she also likes fireflies. Kawaii. So misfortune. Fuck. This one might be tasked. Yeah, pretty much. I've basically decided that Yuri is waifu, and she is who we're targeting. Mainly because I don't know all the bad things that can happen. I just know that there are many bad things that will happen. Okay, cool. We're still good. Device is still her. The Preston is story, which is really scary. Boop. That has to be our little person that decided to tell us that about fucking animals. Got that one wrong. %, no bad things. Even though I've never played the game through before, like, I haven't even really watched the playthrough of it because it's always one thing I've kind of wanted to play for myself, just to basically how well it got reviewed when it initially came. Or not well, it got well reviewed, but like the phenomenon it was when it came out, when it was massive, that I was like, I will wait and eventually find time. And now that I'm one-handed, perfect time to play a QT dating sim where nothing bad happens, except that the game tells you in the beginning that you shouldn't have depression or bad anxiety, and this game is not meant for kids. So apart from that piece, we're all good, you know? A covered was her. Sensation? Yeah. Who does Doki Doki? I don't even know what the fuck. What does Doki Doki actually mean? Double giggle shit. Oh. Another day passed and time for the club meeting already. I've got a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Alex. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. Well, I have no idea what that is. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Yeah, well, I'm a bit of a prick apparently. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Oh shit, okay, that's actually pretty dope. Japanese onomatopoeia, 4 heartbeats, something. Oh, so it's kind of like Love Literature Club kind of thing, I'm guessing. I'm guessing like Doki is probably like association with that kind of thing. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Eh? Why that all of a sudden? No reason really, I just wanted to look at it. Am I gonna steal your Sayori's money? Uh-huh. Sayori never she retrieves her coin purse. Travels with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents fall onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. Either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. Why doesn't fucking little bitch you complain about our home bring us more cupcakes? You're always hungry, and so that only leaves the one option. Ooh. No idea what she was even... Yep. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. This is the chick that gets very happy when we type suicide into stuff. Those are really cool little emotes. I'm happy with those, as long as they're not... Carrot cake cupcakes, I'm okay, because carrot cake is bullshit and should not be... And I'm sorry, but carrots and vegetable cereals don't belong in cakes. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Alex to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, Your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. Yeah. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. And then there's a massive catfight when she does. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did think something bad, and now I have to accept the revelation. Did it say retribution? I read revelation. We'll go to retribution. That. Oh, okay, or maybe not. Still coming from you, Mr. Yori. I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Tori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. Hey. True. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. What? Hey, yeah? I don't know, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow, what was... a cookie. Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? Hey, if cookies did rain from the sky, I would be very happy to call that a miracle. I would step out on a limb here and I would contact the Vatican and tell them they need to prove that as a real-life miracle. I mean, giant cookies falling from the sky, wrapped in plastic so that when they hit the floor, they're not dirty and you can still eat them without being worried. Definitely constitutes a miracle, and I'm pretty sure the Vatican would agree. It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution? Actually, that one almost worked. Fair enough, actually fair enough. I was going to give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Yuri hugs the cookie. Looks like the cookie's getting more lucky than we are in this game. Geez, just eat it. Yuri rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Yuri suddenly claps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. Sounds about right for her luck. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Oh, it was a spread lag there. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? She has her own cookie, but she wants to try Natsuki's as well. Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Okay. In fairness, if it is a chocolate cookie, she has a valid point to want to try because chocolate cookies are just better. That is the truth. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Wow. But also fine, I just gave you a shitty cookie. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Tori gets out of her seats and goes behind Natsuki that wraps her arms around her. Oh, jeez. Or leaves them weirdly at the side like she's still kinda T-posing. I get it. Cookie's still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Tori off of her. Tori suddenly leads down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Hey, did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Tori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. She's such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Haven't you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. We just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. Probably more desirable than all of us combined. No, Yuri, you waifu. That's true. Excuse me? You like two and have vampire fangs and insulted us. No one wants you. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. So strong-willed. This chick is great. But boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You'd have heard the bell ring at least. We're gonna analyze this poor chick now. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Alex. How am I everyone's favorite person? Monica smiles sweetly. I don't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose to leave out of Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm not sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Natsuki's in the closet. Hey Yuri. I suddenly noticed that Yuri's reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No, I was kind of just waiting for you. If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Literally anything else. No, just no. Not to mention yourself as well. Yuri just hit on us, chat. We winning. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with the water filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands you the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk and then we'll get some water. She walks past and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerism. Just because her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? Yuri was going to make some tea, so I sort of realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. Kind of a one-person job, isn't it? No. What an accusatory tone she is choosing to take to tell us that we cannot go with waifu to fetch water. That's... Monica, please, mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell me that there's something wrong with helping involve Alex in club activities? My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Alex. Very quickly exits the room, then I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Just being a nosy bitch, Yuri. We have your back. Don't worry, girl. Something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also right for Monica to judge. It's also not right for Monica to judge people. Alex? How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. Alex, I really like being friends with you. Aww. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah? Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Alex, do you like belonging? No, tea is bullshit. Still think my tea is bullshit. My character didn't say anything, I promise. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature of the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. 200 degrees! 200 fucking degrees sounds insane. Unless it's in Fahrenheit, which I don't know what temperature measurements they use in Japan, to be brutally honest. 2, what kind of kettles have a temperature setting on them like, oh, specifically wants X temperature? You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less on making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. Hugh. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yu fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. Not surprised, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. Turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Alex. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I'll watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Alex, I have another request. Don't we sit on the floor today? Floor? Why? Why's that? That's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading. Her posture. Or her postures. Yes. I have terrible reading postures. That's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. A bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Suri's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with tea. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri starts close until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. On with my hand that's not holding the book, and a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears an intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. Except the part where she has to wait for like a solid 5 minutes for us to catch up to her while we try and read a book together. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay, I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, let's say shit, then I might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. Now she just seems super uncomfortable. She's worried about us dirtying the book. She tells us that I don't have... Yes? No. I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. The result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate. And I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lip as if the situation was completely natural. We're feeding her. We all know that's at least like 7th base. That means I can't stop here. Apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Alex? Sorry. Guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah. That's all it was. Yeah. Then, you don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I'm nervous to take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her head rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. So like a normal human, she breathes and her chest moves. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Got cock-blocked by Monica. Okay, everyone. Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Alex, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. We did get to like at least 10th base. That counts, right? Well, we're going to obviously go to waifu first. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri says the poem's surprised expression on her face. Do you like it, Alex? This one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really want to try and give it more imaginary. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine. Take your time. Okay. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so offer... that patience to her. Yeah. Just being appreciated like this, I guess. Probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people who would just laugh at me. You really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh? Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah. I do. If it's with you, well, I feel like you have to share it with the entire class. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its place and increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. Very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto a newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. So that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently. My bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and I feel myself again. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what's in the poem. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. If I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I want to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. Killing animals? It's that sort of thing I'm usually forced to keep to myself. There's something to enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Alex? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. Best we can do is respect each other and their individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I'd probably hate myself. Might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Alex. That's exaggerating a little bit. Technically, she's not wrong. There's only one of every person, so she's definitely not wrong. But now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. It's nothing really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Who should I show my poem to next? We'll do Monica next. We're going to go down the list of possible waifus. I don't even know if Monica's a potential waifu or if she's just there to mediate the club. Hi again, Alex. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. Not wrong. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I gave my poem to Monica. Alright, this one's good. Feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think that her poems are the most romantic. Talk about death, decay, and like indulging in taboo things, definitely, sure. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of it. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still defending her like that. You'd be pretty into her, eh? Completely misunderstood. No, we're into her, she's right. 100% right. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. Just a hunch, but well, not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. How does she say waifu has a fictional boyfriend? But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like this one, the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colours. You missing a U in your colours? I don't care if that's the American way to spell it, it's not the right way. They won't stop. Bright, beautiful colours, without a U again. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, blue, green. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangents. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Yeah. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Uh-huh. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Using when and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about though. Uh-huh. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression or a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. But putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Okay, let's get ready for this useless tip of the day. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? Then my advice for today, thanks for listening. The advice for today was save the game. Okay? I'm waiting for this fight we're going to have with Natsuki at the end again. Oh, I like this one, Alex. There's some nice feelings in it. I'm glad. Doesn't mean it's better than yesterday's. Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not very helpful, you know. I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. That's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. But she's not wrong. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Aw, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about another place. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. The chick who's in love with like depression and sadness and suicide or whatever, or at least that's the trigger words that make her happy, likes happy poems, oh, and sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. And that, there's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. For someone who doesn't like writing, doesn't know a lot about writing, sure to seem to know a lot about writing and like language and English. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug and make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. It is? Even getting better expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Alex. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Are these poems getting longer? Bottles. I pop off my... Okay. Pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together in a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with a thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. There's no time to waste. I put in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, I want to say below. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps, it doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done to open up, and in comes my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from my shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They're supposed to be for my friends aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. He likes such happy poems. Holy crap. Jerry, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but, I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is that it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Ah, thanks. Pretty solid, I'm not going to argue. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. Even it helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah. Writing's the best. I'm going to keep writing until I die. Uh-huh. Don't get ahead of yourself. Terry always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. No it doesn't. Yeah. Here comes weird fanged lady to complain about a fucking poem. Well, okay, but that it's better than the last one. It's nice to see that you're putting in some effort. That's good. But I still don't like this one at all. It's trying too hard to be serious. What do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. Oh, is she going... I wonder why we don't hit on her. She always just insults us, and then it's like, you definitely ain't going to be waifu. It's going to sound just like you're forcing unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Natsuki stops short all of a sudden. Don't tell me, You're not. You're just trying to press Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? And keep your voice down. Yes. Yes, we are. You know you would love this kind of this angsty. Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean I mean you looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve. Thought though what I did is beyond me. I'm so done with you. Natsuki shoves the poem I handed back. The poem I handed her back over to me. Jesus, I can't read now. Like a stupid poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ouch. What I get for letting a younger girl step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in the world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. Don't I get to read her fucking poem about animals or something stupid and simple again? Or is she one of those poems you write the word on the side and it's like fucking Jeff or whatever and you have to think of a word for each thing? It's like, oh, this is perfectly how it encapsulates this person. Okay, everyone. Well, we're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room with me. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. We really have to do something for the festival. It's not like that we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I'd really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? Keep it simple, stupid. We won't need much more than a few decorations. Theory has been working on posters and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica, yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Yuri's putting it on all the posts in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Yuri has been colouring a poster holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Well, I did. You really think that's that bad of an idea? Well, no. Not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know? Which can read you a fucking like little grade 2 poem about animals. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys? No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's not to ask them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and we each put on a good performance, then we'll inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's just those reasons that we're all in the club today. Don't you want to share that with others? Inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place. I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Yuri looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayuri and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Apparently, okay, cool. I'm siding with them now. Well, maybe, but looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright, phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Hope it's the death of no one. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway. Let's move on to the main event. When you should choose a poem of yours, we're going to practice recite them in front of each other. No way, Monica. This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? I know. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through the notebook the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. Elsa's poem is The Way They Fly, a hymn. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? Guessing from the game she's a natural. I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Tori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face and I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. Four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you to go next, Yuri? I'll go next. Ooh, Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks over to the podium. This poem is called Yuri Glances at Each of Us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why started putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. Almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. The quivering words transform into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. There we go, waifu, you've got this. The poem is full of twists and turns in the structure that she insinuates with perfect timing. Enunciates with perfect timing, jeez. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside of her. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri slaps back into reality and glances around as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Yuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sure. Yuri, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? How do I think of it like you're reciting to other people? Imagine you're reciting as yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way. I see. Okay then. Yuri begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Yuri is, it's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. Hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone than I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it. Good job, Sayori. Even Alex liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori, apart from you breaking down and laughing in the beginning. That was actually really good. That atmosphere of the poem fits you rather nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. It might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do so in front of everyone. Hehehe. The next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. You don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Alex. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. I was well let Alex lower everyone's standstill before I have to do it. Jesus, what a bitch! Natsuki, it's fine. Might as well get it over with. It's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Past that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. They're just doing it because they have to. They're not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. It's something that'll improve over time though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? It's a recital? We supposed to? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. It's about this animal can do this, and this animal can do this. As you can tell, Natsuki's my favourite. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. Perhaps back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Oh well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put up whatever face I want for the other people. Thank you so much for the follow, Muni61. Really appreciate it. How are you doing, Muni? But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. I'm doing good, man. Just playing through this game where nothing bad can possibly happen, you know? I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that all of you have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem, get enough practice before the festival, okay? I only have like 2 to choose from, so I guess it's not a big catalogue. I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should have found some other poems to recite instead. That's fine too. So I take it you a fan. By seeing as it's just the 121st time this year, I'm guessing at the minimum you kind of like the game. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting all of this effort for the club. I can tell you might just have a slight preference for the game, you know. Kinda like it. Doesn't seem too bad. So who's your waifu pick? As someone who's got a lot of experience in the game. I'm already pleasantly surprised you're putting all of this... okay, I've said that. Makes me really happy. Ah yeah, no problem. Yuri. Really though? But Yuri has purple hair. And least favorite character then? Are you going to tell me now Yuri as well, who I've decided is the waifu for this playthrough? Or just my waifu in general? Yeah, no problem. Except the fact that she likes tea. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this, I believe in you, waifu. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Whatever that sound is. Geez, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Alex, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. That was super weird and like kinda defensive. I walked home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today Sayori is a little bit quieter than usual on the way home. Hey Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to, Sayori fumbles with her words. Let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Now. What do we pick? This is a big decision. It's a hard decision because I want to pick Yuri because Yuri is waifu. But also don't want to be a dick to Sayori. Yeah, I know you would definitely pick Sayori, Mooney. You know what? Let's go with it. I don't want to be a dick. Sayori, really think I would ditch you for Yuri. 100% would, but I don't want to be a dick. But you're so beautiful and smart. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really... No, Yuri has purple hair. Yuri is waifu, and she doesn't get excited when I choose suicide, which she does, which is kind of weird. And I want to say it's foreshadowing, but I'd rather say it's not foreshadowing. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Alex. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? Conversation trails off. Are you sure you've got enough foreshadowings there? can't we add in like at least 6 more foreshadowings to make it pretty much appropriate? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about. Everyone's respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Oh yes, okay. This is banger alert, so while banger is on, I am going to run quick to the bathroom, once again get more water. That seems about the right amount of foreshadowing, really. I feel better now, yeah. I approve. Okay, so I'm going to quickly run to the bathroom, grab some more water, and I will be back in a minute or two. See you guys now. that back on screen so we don't have to stress. I did what's fine. I don't think there's an everyone else in there. That many. Then again, I get it. It gets a bit drafty. When did I pick? Oh, is this 1 out of 20? It was like, when did I pick one? Okay. I feel like these are getting kind of harder. These covers. Faster? Question? Yeah. If she's vivacious, we always pick it vivacious as an option. Because, well, waifu be vivacious and waifu like vivacious, so definitely can't complain about that. Disarray? Yeah. Like alone is her, Sophia would... Okay, her too, never mind. Universe? I think I'm actually good, thanks, Meanie, for now. I'm not really that bothered if I get the right options or not. It's like, it's my first playthrough, so even though Yuri is waifu, if she doesn't end up being waifu, well, there's another playthrough, I guess. Because I think the only way that we always get pissed off, that we keep pissing off Natsuki, which that's fine. She's now the one we all hate. She's the most hated woman in the street. That should really be her. No, chose her because of waifu purple hair. She has the purple hair. You have to pick her. I mean, if anything, she's kind of the... I feel like she's the most interesting one. Natsuki has weird little, like, vampire teeth in some of the models of her. Yuri's just too weird funny, if that makes sense. And then Yuri is just the most interesting so far. Yeah, I get what you mean. It's in a lot of anime as well. I mean, I was watching 7 Deadly Sins, and for some reason as well, they also have like weird vampire teeth and just like, sure. Thank you so much for the follow. I'm alive. Really appreciate it. Let's go with the big word that you're not sure what it really means, and we know that's going to be the word for Yuri. Oh, she's philosophy. We all are. Oh, shit just got real there. I'd like to think I'm also still alive. Oh, it's because my username is not true. Okay. But like the words have different levels of how much they like them, or is it just like all equally things? Your coffin gets really good Wi-Fi reception then, I'm assuming. Oh, horror. She likes horror. Of it? Agonizing? Oh man. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Nani? Actually can't wait, like... The Yakuza memes from Nani are just amazing. And I actually can't wait to get back to Yakuza series, but unfortunately I'm one-handed currently. So, one-handed currently? Well, no finger that works at least. I cannot wait to get back into Yakuza series. So I just got through 0 and I finished 1. And now there's like 6 more. But I'm alive. All the music is like, that is one of the things I'm most impressed by in this game so far has been the music. Music is insane. Yeah? Uh-huh. Oh god. I absolutely love the meme that is spawned from that Nani line. Just like randomly in the middle of like shit where it doesn't even belong and you just have it and it's just great. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. It's going to be great. Eh? Weren't you complaining about this yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yes. Well, yeah, close enough. I'm not talking about our parts of the festival. I do not have my Discord link up and running yet, Mooney. I have to change it. So I haven't redone my entire Discord. I had it for all my Mixer stuff. There was a Mixer before, and then I have to do all the things to make it right, which I haven't had a chance to do yet because of work being pretty hectic. So I should hope you have that up and running with, like, by next week and have everything fully changed and reformatted and stuff. Are you a truck? See, Hong Kong could mean you're a truck, or it could just mean you the duck from that one game. Oh, they were the duck game, or the goose game. The goose game. It was actually called Goose Game, was it not? Yes. There we go. The goose from the Goose Game. He did Hong Kong as well. I'm not talking about our part of the festival. Yes, that one. We got there eventually. Well, we, I definitely mean you, but I'm claiming that I helped. But it's a whole day of school where we're getting to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Zori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? Yeah, of all people, I didn't say I don't like it. Squid? Pog. Big pog. Or Komodo harp. Besides, what do you mean by all of the people? Because it's right in your name. Monica? That's not how you say my name at all. Excuse me? Also, the joke makes no sense in translation. Never mind. Let's just focus on your own event for now, okay? Thanks for dropping by. I'm alive for the follow. Have fun eating cars. I hope this... Which ones are the tastiest ones? Fine. Your actions aren't as funny as Yuri or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me? Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori's sitting at a desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I have my hand in front of her face. You're spacing out again. Sorry, don't remind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. You speak fluent beep. So... what are the dialects like for that? Is it still like kind of like, you know, regional? And then there's different languages or different versions of beep. Like one is beep, one is boop, one is honk. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Jerry shows me a big smile. Ah. I see your point. Don't let me distract you having fun from everyone. Well, alright, if you say so. I worriedly glanced at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else. But the conversation has already disappeared with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. To be preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approached Monica, who was shuffling through some papers at her desk. Alex, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading it a little too much, but a little... I can't read, so if she's reading a little too much and I just can't. Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a little bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers around the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there is something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Alex. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She always talks about things that bothered her. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And also, I care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? Seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just had a hard time bringing it up with a person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? Biggest spoiler, like that's a feels bad man spoiler right there. There's goals. The question, seeing as you really love like the Doki Doki Literature Club, are there a range of Doki Doki games, or is this just the most prolific one and the others were kind of shit, or is this just the one? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Alex, me. How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anyone else you know. Yeah? She's been so much happier ever since you've joined the club. It's like... Oh, is this the only real one? Okay. Okay. No, I just assumed, because I assumed like Doki Doki was the... like the series. You know what I mean? Like, the Doki Doki is like the Fallout, and then Literature Club is like Fallout in Vegas. or whatever, and like that it was a series, not just a, hey, there's only one Doki Doki game. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Tori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it has been before. Hehehe. You're so funny, Alex. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful because that's just how she is when she's around you? That's deep. I said too much. I'm sorry, what do I do anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions. Okay, so it's like kind of in development kind of vibes. It just seems so... Well, I suppose the games are free, so it wouldn't be that surprising if it wasn't necessarily like a big intent on making sequels and stuff. I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get the words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I'll watch her kneel down next to her and gently talk to her. She's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else. It's possible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her? That's all I'm letting this weigh me down so much. Well, for some reason, I highly doubt that. Also, assuming it wasn't made exactly just by one person. And I feel like it'd be slightly more prolific if you were. That's what I'm saying. Like, and you can see it's not made by like 1,000 people, but you would assume it's made by at least a couple of people. I'm also assuming that the game was made with the intention, like, I'm assuming it was made by initially by Japanese people. Or I don't know if it was just done in that style, but whoever actually did write it did a really good job with their choice of words and their English knowledge, if it was written by Japanese people, or if it was just translated. And it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary, but there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly notice Yuri peering at me from over a book. But she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone and start a conversation on her own accord. So I have no choice but to approach her myself. But now it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in the one next to her. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't even do anything. But I could tell you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How would you even be able to tell what I was thinking like that? Well... Okay. That's surprising. So it's just done like in the Japanese style? Well, I won't say just it's done in the Japanese style specifically because of like the look. And I don't just mean because it's like anime-esque or like waifu-esque or whatever, but like the uniform thing is like very Japanese schoolgirl uniform and not necessarily set like in the US where most people wear their own clothes to school, apart from like very specific things. Well, I don't know if it's possibly also just the program that is used because this is what, Ren? It's something that I do a lot, so it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. I get that. But the other big one is what? Which other one was really great? Okay, this is good for different reasons. But like one of the ones, they're still dating my daddy. Or daddy dating, which was also a pretty good sim. Oh, and dating Colonel Sanders. Really great free meme game. Yeah, I get that. No, not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. The trouble's the only concern of those who are willing to share in that concern. Of course, there's certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. If you prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. It's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little bit off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh, that's quite romantic, eh? Sorry, I didn't mean to say something stupid. It's not that, I just didn't want you to misunderstand. We don't have to be friends for a long time, that's all. Ah, I see. Then perhaps it's unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. That's great. What schoolwork are you doing? Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. Also, you're doing schoolwork, so that's another reason why I don't think you're the dev of the game. Alex, the world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. And there are many untold stories behind every person, no matter how well you know them. Ah, do you think that there might be something behind it after all? Homeschool. That's so fun. What subject? Yeah, I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going on inside her head. And she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too. And I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Social studies. Sounds amazing. I hated that. Oh well, then again, I didn't enjoy many subjects, except for English. That was always great. Manix was easy. I guess that was the case, Sayori. She really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious as she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Sometimes, a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you're someone honest and caring. May uncover feelings you weren't aware in you. That's it. I think that should be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy. I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. Not wrong. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as you're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it, yeah. I should be taking my hand off this whole thing anyway. Okay everyone, after some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? I think this is unfortunately where I'm going to have to call it for today. I'm not going to make it to the end of the poems. I unfortunately have to go run some errands quick. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you want to see the full playthrough, it will be out on YouTube. If you are watching this on YouTube, then come join us live on Twitch. It would be really, really appreciated. And most of all, no matter where you're watching, just thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.